Hello, this is Teresa, and welcome to my messy craft room. Crafty craft space. Messy craft space. Hey, what can I say? It's 9:50 at night, but I'm crafting away, so I decided to put the camera on. And right now I am working on my June Collab 2024 second week challenge of the ephemera holder. And I'm busy creating away and kind of organizing at the same time. So I did mention in the last video that the process is to go from the craft pan, the ephemera prep box to an ephemera holder. And I really went kind of crazy on the ephemera holder. I just started putting things together. I had on Suzanne's video first and got a little inspiration there. She was using manila envelopes, I think, and so I created some manila envelopes a little bit with some straw paper. Now this doesn't look like a folio. This doesn't look like a ephemera holder journal. This doesn't look like anything that I've ever seen. But I mimicked a little bit what Suzanne was doing, and because I was busy crafting while her video was on, I didn't catch half of what she was doing. I watched the whole thing through yesterday, but forgot half of it probably. Well, not yesterday, because the first part of this is from the week 1 challenge. Okay, so that's not important. Anyways, this was kind of fun. I love this closure that she taught. So then you just go like this and pull this through, and then you've got one of those cool things. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Now, I made some mistakes. This was something, I don't know. This was something and I messed it up, and so I put this paper on to cover it up. And yeah, I don't have to tell you that I made mistakes, do I? Why am I doing that? And it just bugs the heck out of me that I didn't get this centered better. But, oh well. And I'm trying to be consistently inking with this project, and that's bugging the heck out of me because I keep forgetting. So I have to kind of pull things off to ink a little bit. Oh my gosh. Why am I telling you all this? I should say, oh, I thought all this through and I'm really smart and I know exactly what I'm doing. Because I can lie that way. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Now, I thought that this here would be good for pages. But my plan was that this is a completed ephemera. So this is the prep box. So it's got the ephemera that hasn't been inked or, you know, hasn't been backed and stuff like that. This ephemera has been backed and is ready to put in a journal. Now, this isn't all the way done, but I have some vellum coming in the mail, and it should be here Monday. So I'm going to put a piece of vellum here, and then I'm going to put a back on it so that it can be a pocket. But it's prepared enough, and it's delicate, so I thought this would be a good place to keep it safe. So I took Suzanne's pockets I knew I shouldn't have taken that out. I've been my butterflies. So I took Suzanne's pockets and I scalloped them. Is that called scalloping? Whatever that's called, that's what I did to it. So then I am going to take this little vellum bag and I'm going to put all my little pieces in. So I was at the point that I was looking for little pieces. This is just a little basket that I made to go in there. And I felt that if I put a little bit of Amazon packing paper in there, that it would help for the little things to not maybe get caught in the fabric inside. I don't know. That was just a thought. Okay, so I'm looking for letters. Okay, so I have something right here. These are words. They can go in here. But where are all my letters and little other things? Okay, let's see. We're going to put these back. These are tickets. These are going to stay here for now. This is big enough. This is not prepared, and it's going to go in here. My coffee, not coffee, mason jars. And then all these cool little things. Oh, this has got some stuff in it. This here. That's got stuff in it. I've gone through so much. Okay, got this little envelope that has some pockets in it. That can go here. And then I gotta decide what I want to do. This I have to be careful of so it doesn't get bent up. And I am probably gonna ramble because it's late, but I would not go to bed. I'm just having too much fun. I'm just trying to group these things so that when it's time to use them, I can find them. I'm just gonna throw these little pieces in here. Those are kind of cool, like little stamps. So is anybody else working on the June collab 2024? Making an ephemera holder? I think I'm going to put this in here because I don't want it to get bent. Keep looking at this. Got kind of warped pulling it off of the Cricut machine. Cricut mat. I think I'm going to put some tall ephemera in that envelope too, that has the pockets in it. Oh, there's a letter. Found one. And there's a saying or sentiment. Oops, that doesn't go there. Okay, let's ink it. Has to be inked before it can go in there. And so I do like, oh, what would I call it? Repetitions of organization. So one time, you know, I might decide, oh, it still needs to be in the prep box. And then the next time I'll decide it needs to be in the ephemera holder. And part of me has been thinking, wow, the prep box would hold finished ephemera a lot easier. But the prep box does such a good job of just wondering how easy it would be to fold this and then cut it out. Let's see how that works. But you get what I mean about how the prep box has a lot more space in it for bulky stuff. And as the ephemera gets made, it's going to be more bulky. Let's see what it looks on this side. Not bad. But I like the box because I like that I can fit my little trash basket in there. You know, of course I'm not using it. I'm letting the trash, instead of holding it over my box like I'm supposed to. Oops, there's a letter. But I am having a lot of fun with this. And of course, it's going to have to accumulate to being a journal, which for me, it will most likely be a planner. I need to put my pen in my glue before it dries out. Speaking of planners, I've been working on expanding my planner because I really love my altered book planner, and I'm actually getting to a point where I'm using it. But it was starting to be an alligator mouth. And if you've heard me talk about alligator mouths before, you'll know that I don't like alligator mouth journals. So I made the spine that much thicker. See that vintage piece of trim? I made the spine thicker. So I cut down the middle, one sort of middle, was around the May area, right there. And I'm trying, ooh, yay, it's starting to hold. Last time I was in here, it wasn't doing a very good job of that. So it's not going to be the most maybe attractive thing, but it's mine and I'm using it and I'm enjoying it. So what I'm going to do is I am probably going to do anything in my way. A Midori style binding right here, and I'm going to put a signature of pages, a big signature in here probably. Now it's not going to work out, you know, chronologically isn't the word that I want, but I think you can get what I mean, is that it's not going to work chronologically. So what's going to happen is when I redo this for the for 2025, it's going to be really thick because I can't pull these off. Ooh, I might be able to pull these off somewhat. I might try to pull these off some just to get the bulk out of it, but that would just be the calendars. Everything else is pretty much going to stay the same. Like, I don't really care if that verse is there for next year. Now, this won't be relevant. Jeff's Quad Ride, Faith Junk Journal. But that would be real easy to put some gesso over it or something and redo that for next year. And then, of course, these notes, I can easily just throw them away. But, of course, I'm keeping them a little bit for history, you know, historical notes to look back on and that sort of thing. But also, it's an idea book while it's a practical journal. So when I go back next year, I'm going to look at what I did and decide if I want to do that different. Also, there's stuff that I didn't finish here yet. So that's really cool because that helps me to remember, you know that this is here. I'm going to incorporate something. You know what? I actually might just make this I don't know. I might make it a special section for maybe just prayer journaling stuff here, because I'm really having fun with an idea that I'm trying. Where is it? Right here. And I'm going to run out of room real fast. So it's fun to, like, I read it. I have a verse that comes in on my email and I read it because I want to at least know that, like, I brushed my teeth before I started work, brushed my hair, and I read a verse and had a cup of coffee. You know, the bare necessities before you start your day. So, but then if I feel inspired, you know, like I'm reading this verse, what was it? Turn ye at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. So the word reproof sticks out at me because my brain goes, what does reproof mean? So I made that my word for the day. And then I wrote the definition of a reproof, and then I wrote some notes. It's kind of, no, it's not really haphazard because I've got the big word there, the definition, the verse, and then some thoughts on the verse. So that has been a lot of fun for me. But, you know, I'm going to run out of room real fast with this. So I could just make this big section the prayer journal part. I think that would be a really good idea. Huh. Okay, well that's what I was doing earlier today anyway, so I wanted to share that. So far, I'm really liking how this came out. You know, it was a crapshoot because tearing this thing, cutting this thing in half like I did, and then trying to get everything to fall into place, that's not my wheelhouse. So I just kept telling myself, well, Teresa, you won't learn if you don't try. So just, you know, put on your big girl pants and go for it. Ah! I'm losing my little baggie. Okay. Move this back over here. I'll kind of tuck these in here in the back. And these are just fussy cuts. Oops, that goes here. Okay, these all are like items. Circle, circle. I'll ink these up. These in this envelope here is going to be snippets, pockets, and like these. And of course the word is escaping me right now. So I hope everybody had a good Saturday. Of course, if you're in another country, you're probably on Sunday about this time, because it's, I think I already mentioned, it's about 10:30 at night, Saturday, June 15th. What do we got in here? It's a little envelope that I made with a little closure, and there's nothing in there. So this is probably a good place for these to go. And I will put one of them on the outside as an indicator of what is in here. Boy, the husband is listening to something super noisy. Let me ask him to turn that down. I gave him the old sign language. All right. Now darn it, I just pulled the head off of a pen earlier today. Phew, afraid it was going to happen again. And then we have this one, has these in there. So not that, not that, not that, just these. And this has a little closure right there. And we'll put that right in there. And I'll be making more of these. In fact, oh, I didn't find very many of these. I wonder where they're all at. So I was thinking I would take this and I would fold this like this. And stick it in one of these pockets. Like that. I might even separate these more. It's a good place for this to go. I'm just putting my pen in my glue. So it's trying to dry out on me. All right, now I think I had some more. Yeah, some more little pockets or envelopes. So do I have anything small enough? Circles would be good for this little tiny thing. Of course, this was, the thought behind this was more of a writing spot. This one too. So I'll leave that one as a writing spot. And then need my glue back. Make this into pocket. Anchor these down. Give that a minute to dry. It's nice doing videos this late because the likelihood that the air conditioning will go on is very minimal, very slight. I'm gonna, I think, maybe if I stick this one in here, it will help keep it from bending. Kind of put that crossways. Maybe this one. Nope, that's down as far as it'll go. One of my favorite sounds, a motorcycle. I could do another little one for butterflies. A lot of butterflies. Here's a circle. These are non-cut out butterflies on the side here. These are not, so what I mean is they're not going to be cut out either. So those are going to go over there. Tabs are there. I don't know about, that's kind of, it's a corner. I'm going to put that with tabs. Butterflies, cute little flower, butterfly, circle, butterfly, circles, flower, butterfly, bird, I don't know what to do with that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to see if I can use this. Oh, it's not big enough. What was in here? This is circles. Would they fit in here? Yeah, I think they might. Oh no, there's more circles over there. Okay, nope. That's not going to work. So the circles will go in here. And I have to put one of these circles on the outside to identify that this is circles.
Overnight, you can look for clear skies with temperatures around 45 degrees Fahrenheit.
Where'd my glue go? Right there. So I think I do have another vellum bag handy. Where'd it go? There was one here. Wonder where it went. Oh, I think I know. There you go. My little trash thing is right there beside me. And I don't use it. I was on another YouTuber's live chat yesterday, I think it was. Inked with Paper or something like that. Her name is Kate. Anyways, man, she had like 27 people in her chat, and the chat was just going crazy. I was like, wow, how do I get that to happen? I have no clue. Okay, these are going to go back in, and I'm going to still try and find something that all these butterflies can go into. So these are all cut out. These aren't cut out yet. And I think I stuck that, I thought I stuck that vellum bag in here. Oh, this would work. This is an empty, and it has a butterfly on it. How perfect is that? So all these butterflies can go in here. So they just go right in here with this stuff. This can be better taken care of. I'm going to go ahead and prep this so I can put this in the ephemera. What should I call this? Ephemera. They're both ephemera holders. That's an ephemera box, and this is an ephemera, I'm going to call it a folder, my ephemera folder. And I might actually get a manila folder and use that like as a cover for this to give this some cohesiveness. And I should have backed these before I inked them. So let's do that. Ideally, if I would have planned this even better, I would have made this so that it fit in the back of this box. I wouldn't care if it was as tall as it is, but actually it would have been really cool to be this size. And I don't think I can Frankenstein it for that. Or could I? Maybe I could. That might be my job for tomorrow, is to Frankenstein this. So I really like this right here. So I would like to move that down and then cut off the top and then maybe cut off the side. That will be my project for tomorrow. Okay, so what am I going to back this with? I got a piece of paper over here, right here. Yep. Yeah, so I worked on basically Frankensteining my planner. I took it apart and tried to put it back together, and I really like doing that. I really like altering boxes too. I have a lot of altered boxes. I have altered boxes in my medicine cabinet because when we're traveling, everything falls over in the cabinets. So you have to be ingenious as to how you put dishes in and cans in the cupboards and toothbrush and toothpaste and all that fun stuff. So what happens is after we get somewhere, then I go and look and see which things fell. And those are the things that I make boxes for. And then the boxes are tall enough that they will keep them from falling over. Because it's kind of scary when you stop and you go to open up a cupboard and tin cans come falling out on you. In case you don't know me very well yet, I am living full time in a fifth wheel toy hauler. So when we're traveling, this is the garage, and when we're not traveling, the area that I'm in is my office and craft room. Okay, there's a piece of scrap. That'll just go right there. And that's a piece of scrap. But that's too small for the gas check. So that won't work. So my craft mat is now upside down. That's on purpose because there's this bend right here. And it just drives me nuts. I almost spent $40 for a new mat. And I was like, no. First of all, Teresa, you have to look at cheaper mats. Don't just look at one because you saw a YouTuber using it. I'll bet you could get another one for about $25 instead of 40. So that was the talk I had with myself. And so I said to myself, well, let's just turn this around and see if that'll work. Now, right away, it caused a problem because I put some Stampin' Up stuff because I'm trying to clear a lot of my Stampin' Up stuff out. I just have too much and I don't use it anywhere near what I used to use it because I junk journal now. And that's my passion. Alright, that is done. So that goes could go there. Could it go here? Oh yes, it goes nicely right there. And then this one will go in this up tuck. And I have to back it first. So let me grab something. Oh, I wonder if wallpaper is fun to write on. I swear that person was a smoker that I bought this wallpaper from. I get a bad smell every time I come near it. I'm almost positive she was a smoker. I'm gonna have to see if my husband can get me some of that spray. It's like an ozone spray or something. See if I can get rid of that smell. I did mention it in my review, but I was more iffy about it in my review. I should go back and read it and make sure that it has to be. It stinks. It's not mold. You know, and even it's not necessarily mold even when, I don't know, sometimes some of this older stuff does smell a little moldy. But the thing is that if I let it out for a little bit to air, I don't notice it anymore. But that, it's in a, you know, it's in a meshy type, plastic type tray, and it has a few things that it's piled with, but it's getting air, so it should be airing out, and it's not. And I'm not a smoker, So I know some people who do smoke, the smell of smoke is offensive to them, and it definitely is to me as a non-smoker. Especially stale, old like that. I mean, if I walk by somebody who's smoking, there was a time when that used to bother me, but I think it was more psychological because I was a little bit, I mean, I used to smoke, but then I got all, you know, into motherhood and, oh, anything that's not good for my kids isn't good for me, alcohol, anything like that. And so I didn't go back to smoking, but I do have a drink once in a while. Not very much because it makes me sick to my stomach. So I don't even know why I try. Sometimes it just tastes good, especially dark beer. I'm a dark beer person. But I definitely do not have the stomach for alcohol anymore. So yeah, it's like when you walk into a house that somebody's moved out and they were a smoker, and you go and clean the walls and it's just yellow with smoke and it has that smell. That's the kind of smell that this wallpaper has. Okay, that's done. Let me tell that paper what to do a little bit. Sometimes you gotta train it. You gotta talk to it and tell it what you want it to do. I don't want to ink the back. So if you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed, I would be honored if you would hit the subscribe button. I do not have regular times of when I come on, so if you'd like to be made aware when I'm going to come on, you could hit that bell and then you'll get a notification. I would love it if you hit that thumbs up. I have a terrible time trying to get people to do the thumbs up. I'm like, all you're doing is telling me that you were there. If you didn't like it, you could hit the thumbs down. Yeah, I know the views tell me you were there too. Where was I going to put this? Right here. Kind of like that. That's different. I don't know. We'll give that a try. I think there's a pocket here. How far does this pocket go? Not very far. Okay, that's good to know. I need to put something there so that I remember that there is a pocket there. Okay, I am going to back this with what? Yeah, I'm really enjoying Suzanne's videos from, I think it's Nonstop Papercraft. I hadn't watched her before. Now, who was she reminded me of today? The way she was talking was kind of like a mannerism of another YouTuber, and I'm trying to remember. I think she's Australian, but she has a very pleasant voice. Oh, I wish I could remember. I was listening to her and I was like, oh, that sounds like blah, blah, blah. Cannot remember. See if I can get this to crumble a little bit. This is real fragile paper. Any of you watch Joey DeFee when she used to do a lot of YouTube videos? Every time I fold paper to tear, I think of her. Because I haven't watched for a while, but I think I used to watch her religiously. I think that she used to fold and tear a lot. I pulled out my Cricut to work on this ephemera kit because there's a lot of little fussy cutting, and it immediately reminded me of Carol Ann with KJ Crafts, who has recently died. I'm pretty sure she succumbed to her illness. I only know because I watched another YouTube channel and the lady was like doing a memorial to her, and she says a memorial, and I went, uh-oh. And that caught my attention, and sure enough, yeah, she said that she did pass away. Oh, I did the wrong side. Okay, well, dummy. It's okay. It says affirmation there. There's plenty of place to write on with that. a little Sorry Silk. Grabbed the wrong one. So is there anything else I can use in here? Seam binding ribbon. I'll use that. Very excited. I put in an order with Amazon today and I treated myself to a pair of fabric scissors. Now I do use these for fabric and they're great for this sort of thing and small things, but not so good for big pieces of fabric. So in that case, then I'll grab my pinking shears, but I don't always want to have a pinking shear edge. Okay. Oh wow, I've been on here for an hour. Time to go. Where was I going to put this? I could put it here. Oh, I was going to put it here. Oh yeah. And then I was going to fold this and make it a short tag with a pocket. See if that fits. I think that will. Perfect. Thought I'd look for a little focal point. No, I don't want a flower. I want a bird. stack that so that when I used it as a focal point or a cluster or whatever, that it would have a little bit more dimension to it. It would sit up a little bit more. Oops, be careful. That's cute. I have a butterfly. Oh. Those should have been put away. And then these all go in here for now. These are butterflies. And these are circles. I got caught by the glue. I knew that was going to happen. Jiminy Christmas. Come out of there. Sticking up a little bit there. You know what that means? It means it needs a little piece of this. That's why it's sticking up. Oh my gosh, it's kind of like a bird's nest right there. That's fun. That's cute. So we have a little bird's nest there, a little pocket back there, and we can put can you hear the trailer creaking? I hate that with the fifth wheel that happens. Didn't happen with it says flowers. It says notes. And then let's put a ticket in there. There. That's fun. Okay, so then I was going to put that in there. Doesn't go in very good with my little nest, but we're going to make it happen. Okay, so that's what I have for you tonight. And then I'll get like a file. I'm going to repurpose this and maybe put a file folder around this. But then when this has been repurposed, it will fit in my box. It will fit in my box like this, actually. Yeah, it just needs, it's too tall. I don't like it that tall. That'll be fun. Okay, so that's what I have for you tonight. I hope that I was able to inspire you to some degree. And thank